All right, forget everything you think you know about explainers. We're not here tonight to teach you anything. No, we're here to roast. And our target? Oh, it's just the biggest, most self-important concept in the entire universe. Consciousness itself. And there you have it, our opening line. You know, if the universe is really arguing with itself, we're about to hear all the best insults. And the guest of honor getting absolutely torched tonight? Well, it's pretty much everything you hold dear. So here's the deal. We're putting all of humanity's biggest ideas up on stage. We're talking identity, free will, truth, even love. And we are just going to rip them to shreds. Nothing is off limits. No certainty is safe. Let's get into it. For our first round, we are going straight for the jugular. We're roasting the most complicated, the most contradictory, and let's be honest, the most deserving target of them all. That's right, we're starting with you. Okay, first, let's look at the textbook definition, shall we? Identity. Sounds pretty solid, right? Foundational, even. But, is it? Oof, there's the first hit. This little line reframes a whole lifetime of work, not as self-discovery, but as self-imprisonment. Think about it. You spend decades building you, only to realize you've just built yourself a perfectly tailored cage. Okay, fine. So maybe your personality is a prison. But hey, at least you're the one in the driver's seat, right? You get to make the choices. You have free will. It's the whole cornerstone of, well, everything. Let's see how that one holds up. And there it goes. This just brilliantly nails the problem, doesn't it? That little feeling you have of being in control. It might just be you arriving late to a party your own brain already started. You're not the director here, you're just the audience watching the final cut. So, if your identity is a jail cell and your free will is just a rerun, then who the heck is in charge? Well, this suggests it's not a single CEO. It's more like a dysfunctional committee. And the person they chose to speak for you, let's just say they probably weren't the first pick for the job. All right, you feeling personally attacked yet? Good, because now we're going to zoom out. We've roasted the individual self. Now it's time to roast all the big systems we build together. Our collective beliefs? They're next on the chopping block. Let's start with the two heavyweights, huh? Religion and science. One says, believe. The other says, prove. But look a little closer. One is based on faith without evidence. And the other? Well, people are starting to treat it like a faith, aren't they? Trust the science. Turns out they're both just systems for dealing with our desperate need to be certain about things. And what about love? Our most profound connection. This one cuts right to the bone. We have all these grand ideas about physical desire and spiritual connection, but maybe, just maybe, the reality is a whole lot messier. Maybe we're all just settling for being confused together. Now, this is just a beautifully simple roast of our entire political system. We pour so much of our identity into picking a side, left-wing, right-wing, but what if they're both just attached to the same bird? And the flight plan is, let's just say, not looking great. And finally, the great American pastime, chasing success. The thing we're all supposed to hustle for. But what actually happens when you catch it? You climb to the top of the ladder, and the view is just kind of boring. Turns out the thrill was never the destination. It was always just the climb. So for our final round, we are going completely meta. We've roasted you, we've roasted us. Now let's take aim at the very concept of finding an answer at all, that human obsession with capital T, truth. Just look at this list. Every single major system of thought, whether it's religious or secular, claims to be the one true way. Each one is selling an exclusive ticket to the truth. But then you see that last line. While they're all busy arguing about who's got the right permission slip, life just keeps on happening anyway. And this is the modern version, right? The spiritual guru, the self-help expert. They sell you certainty for the low price of a weekend retreat. But this cynical little translation here suggests that maybe their main expertise isn't enlightenment, it's marketing. You know, this is a perfect metaphor for the whole spiritual chase. So we're the donkey, right? And we're running after this carrot called enlightenment. But the final brutal punchline? You're the one holding the stick. The entire chase is something you created. And for the final truth, the ultimate answer we have all been searching for, we get this. Nothing. A blank page. That's the joke. You were waiting for the big reveal, and all you got was a receipt for your own expectations. So after all that, after tearing down identity, society, and truth itself, I bet you're asking, what was the point of any of this? Why go through this whole demolition project? And here's your answer. The point is that there is no final point. The search itself, the need for a neat and tidy conclusion, that's the joke. The punchline is the fact that you're still looking for one. And really, that's the whole takeaway here. Life is inherently confusing. This little explainer didn't invent the chaos. It was always there. All we did was add a little seasoning. So let's end on a paradox. If you're just a temporary pattern of atoms pretending to be a permanent person, and if that act of pretending is the only truly real thing you're doing, then the only question left is, what are you pretending to be?